standing by, and he's with Matt. Sadikist, take it away, buddy.
Recognize him without the towel.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Here with Gob B, obviously the victor of that semifinal. You'll now play Virtus Pro, best of 5. We'll talk about that in a minute, but let's first look back upon the match. You guys took Inferno from them. That one wasn't quite sure. You guys haven't been playing it as much. Start us off there. Were they a little bit surprising for you guys? I mean, you seemed pretty in control. Economy wasn't too much of an issue, but it was still a tight game, 16-11.
Yeah, it was a tight game. We thought maybe they're gonna pick Cobblestone or Inferno, so we was kind of prepared for that. Yeah, like we spoke before the major and we said like, okay, guys, let's try to learn Inferno. And I think we're playing fine at the moment. And most of the teams just keep thinking, okay, they're not playing Inferno. Let's pick Inferno because that's not a good map from them. And yeah, and we took advantage of the thinking. And yeah, that's why we won Inferno, I think.
It turned around a little bit though. Overpass, obviously expected to be your guys' map. You guys have had decent success in Europe on it. They beat you guys on. Is there any aspect of sort of being the dark horse? Did you guys get a chance to review some of their play in this tournament before matching up against them? I mean, what went wrong there? Because that started out again with them being pretty in control almost from the get-go.
Yeah, in Overpass we just played bad, I think. We just made horrible decisions. I called bad, I think. And the decisions were bad. We didn't hit our shots. It just felt like maybe some of our players wasn't concentrated, me maybe either. It just felt like another game, and then after this game, were outside and said like, okay, guys, let's start from the bottom and don't let them get cash.
Speaking of cash, started out, you had the Istil in the pistol rounds. Do you want to talk about that a little bit? What happened, just so everyone knows? Because obviously they agreed, good on Conquest part to restart that, good sportsmanship. They did agree to replay that pistol. You guys then won that, but it was a monitor issue or a hardware issue, I think?
I made 2 frags and the bomb was in front of the CT. We had a good situation, 3-on-2 advantage for us. And then my monitor wasn't working anymore. I just had a black screen. And then they're like, okay, you have to play. They cannot pause in the round, of course. And yeah, and I was running and shooting while I have a black screen. And Next said after the match to me, like, you almost killed him. Because I was watching on my teammate's monitor, I'm like, okay, I'm like there, okay, I'm watching. Yeah, big thanks to the guys. And the rules said it's not a replay, so they could have said, okay, we want to play like the rules are, that would be their right. And yeah, big sportmen, and they're really cool guys, and they showed us again.
Yeah, tons of support for them, obviously in the crowd as well. I'd say they're the surprise of the tournament. They theorized a little bit on the desk this morning about Dignitas maybe getting a little bit on tilt. Obviously, Dignitas has played in front of larger crowds last week in Cluj. They've gone to various tournaments in Europe as well. But in this atmosphere, where it is a lower ceiling, smaller room, did that potentially get to you, this Conquest fan club?
Yeah, it was really hard to play against this crowd because they were supporting them like they wanted to win, like the team want to win. It was really hard to play against it. And I played in front of a lot of crowds, but this crowd was a bit special, I would say.
Interesting stuff. I actually saw you win one round and actually gave it back to them a little bit. So typical you, always being confident. You will move on, like we say, to play Virtus Pro in the best of 5. Pretty much right away as well. You guys can get some food into you. Expectations going into that? I know you guys are familiar foes. They obviously made it out of groups at the major, but didn't go much further. You guys had the same problem as before. I won't rub it in too much. But what do you expect in this particular matchup?
I hope that we show our A game, so that's going to be a really tough match. The maps are going to be really cool. They're like maps that we like, so it's going to be really cool, and I hope that we're going to win at the end.
Yeah, it could be interesting. It's definitely been a good tournament for you guys as well. I do think that will go the distance. The map pool for both of you guys is fairly strong. We'll find out how that's going to play out after the break. Don't go anywhere. The finals are coming up.